Hi, guys, welcome to SlowForm Living. This is my podcast and my posting where I nestle into some reflections on life inspired by my slow living on the water, my love for movement, and all with a touch of Aussie ease. You can expect some hopefully inspiring reflections, journaling prompts, movement, and meditation practices to help you find your laid back vibe. Haven't posted for a while. The last time I posted was under Nourish You, so I have changed my Substack, which is more in line with who I've become since the beginning of the year. Some of you, if you're returning back, may know me as Nourish You podcast. So if you're coming back to me, welcome. To everyone new, thank you for taking the time to read and listen. This week, the title is affectionately called Surfing the Waves Back Home. Reset, reform, and return. That is your invitation to wholeness this week, this bank holiday weekend. So it's been a while since we last met. Much has changed, like I said. Many reflections, big changes, and deeper insights have all been a theme for me, really, since my trip to Costa Rica, which was the end of last year. Quite a turning point for me, not just in terms of change, but also in alignment, body, mind, and spirit, in the way that they began to speak the same language. So I listened. Since December, and during this transitional time, I've taken my cues from consistently being on the water. As some of you may know, I live on the water, but also when I'm away and when I'm out on the boat or paddling, just watching and being more present with the ebb and flow of the current of change and cycles, appreciating the ride of the past, but also on the lookout for the next big wave to surf and the pauses in between to listen. As I grow older, I find myself reflecting more on the experiences I've lived, the influences that have shaped me, and the inspirations I've acted upon, all of which have led me to this moment, I realise. I am so grateful to have lived my dreams and accomplished far more than I could ever imagined, even sometimes when faced with seemingly impossible odds. I take pride in my journey, from training and teaching the London circuit to traveling the world, leading retreats and events. If you are listening to this on any of the listening platforms, please do head over to Substack. I've included some photos from my experiences they might be interested in seeing, from filming with Grokka to on retreat in Morocco, to teaching on the top of the EMI music building in London, to teaching at the top of the Shard in London, teaching at the Yoga Show London, and all these amazing opportunities that I've had, which all eventually led me to finding a home at the original Try Yoga London, where I served as a resident teacher for over a decade. This, alongside working with the incredible Lena Brower since 2015, sparked another phase of profound growth, both professionally and personally. My teaching style and vibe have since been featured in amazing publications, podcasts, different platforms, events, and collaborations, some of which I've mentioned previously. Then COVID hit. In the second wave of the pandemic, I found myself questioning if I would ever reconnect with the person I once was, my style, my vibe, which somehow seemed lost. On top of that, navigating through perimenopause, I realised that I needed a profound change, a shift, both mentally and physically. With the unwavering support of my partner, I began to make progress. The universe, in its mysterious way, conspired to bring forced changes and unexpected opportunities, manifesting through chance encounters and meaningful connections. Slowly but surely, I was finding my way again. Returning almost full cycle in the process, I found myself drawn to practicing Pilates again, which is where I first started. Back in the day, One of my teachers and friends was a Pilates and yoga teacher, Dawn Smith. Shout out to you if you're listening or if anybody knows her. And I can't tell you how much she influenced and changed the directionality of my life, and also how much I learnt from her. Completely invaluable. As I practiced more, I was observing all the time, from the hands on adjust to her cueing, and eventually becoming her assistant in her yoga classes. Well, I'd never thought then about becoming a Pilates teacher. I had thought, and with her encouragement, to study and become a yoga teacher, which I went on to achieve. All my training to date has given me access to some amazing, well respected global teachers in their fields who continue to inspire me and fuel my passion for functional and creative movement, as well as practices in philosophy and meditation for my exploring mind. Teaching part time while working, I eventually gave up my main career, which was a good one at British Airways. I took a leap of faith and set up my own business, teaching and coaching in London, which was hugely successful, by the way. Reminding me that when one door closes, another one opens. Movement is a form of not only functional but creative expression. Returning home to this form Pilates this time round, however, has been different and is different. Pilates helped me realise that it's okay not to have the same form, the same body, and what I could do with it before. So I set out on another journey of self discovery towards building longevity, strength, and resilience gracefully in a different way through a different lens. It's taken a while, but this is what's happened to me along the way. Back from Costa Rica, beginning of the year, I restarted a regular mat Pilates practice, but I also started to go to reformer Pilates and absolutely loved it. Why? Well, because it was something new, something different, but also at the same time, it reminded me of my early days learning Iyengar yoga. From Iyengar's hands-on adjust to the cueing, I began to see a lot of similarities between Iyengar and Joseph Pilates. So I was curious. The more I practiced, the more I could see and feel that this is what my body needed in this cycle of my life. And I am eternally grateful to Paula, who is my very first reformer teacher, for showing me the ropes, so to speak. Deciding to retrain in another modality, mat Pilates, back in May was one of the best decisions I made this year, which was to become a catalyst, a true catalyst. The journey continuing with another amazing teacher, Naomi De Fabio, later in June, this time training in reformer Pilates in London. Being back in South London and around Chelsea, Camden, and Primrose Hill really brought back a lot of happy memories of the life I once had in London before I moved just before the pandemic hit. Seeing some familiar faces along the way, coupled with being able to go to the launch of Home in Primrose Hill, a new Pilates and yoga studio opened by the formidable Jonathan Satan, the original owner of Tri Yoga, on the original site of the old Tri Yoga Primrose Hill, some 15 years earlier. I can tell you, it was pretty emotional to come back home to where it all started, where I got my first big break onto the London and global scene. Fast forward to now. Now, as I move forward along this new pathway, I'm working with Bar Body in Byron Bay in Australia, in Reformer Yin, with the incredible Sam Sales, which I'm looking forward to sharing some insights with you as we move through the next few months, online and in person. Always having been one with many creative ideas and carving out my own vibe and style as I've gone along life's path, I was on the lookout to find a new home for my style, my vibe, the authentic me, to teach without having to be put in a box, so to speak, and being told what to teach and how to look. Enter the Nest Club. Please, if you're listening on any of the listening platforms, please have a look at these pictures because the space is so beautiful. I reached out on social media, instigated a conversation, which instigated a meeting, which instigated an amazing offer with support and respect for my experience and who I was. I was being seen again, an older teacher one that doesn't conform to stereotypes, but one who knows who and what she is and relishes in that energy now. How refreshing. The real reset has begun. And more importantly, it helped me remember why I started in the first place. What a blessing. Returning to my authentic self this time round has also meant fully embracing my laid back vibe and style, deeply influenced by my travels, especially in Australia. The Aussie ease of living and being, my true element, has shaped the way I live. Although the weather here in Cambridge may not quite match the sunny shores of Oz, I've managed to recreate that same connection to water. It's where I choose to live, by, next to, and on the water. It's what gives me my nourishment. So, thanks, guys, for listening. You can subscribe free. There's a lot of great podcasts here on my page. And if you are new to me, please go and check out some of my previous posts and podcasts, some journaling prompts, some movement practices. And yeah, let's connect. And thanks for listening, sharing. And I'll see you next time. And remember, slow form living. Take a moment, take a pause. Where can you ease off during your day? It will benefit you, truly. Until next time.